Good morning, good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Oh, I forgot to do this. Anyway, good Saturday morning to you. I'm Sam C.
There's a lot happening here.
Yeah, right.
There's a lot going on.
I'm Sam C. This is Bobby D.
I just got an alert that a really cool show's popping up on YouTube.
Oh, you got an alert?
I got an alert just now. Let's see what that alert is. The CCI radio show.
Hey, how about that? Gee, and you know where we happen to be right now?
Where?
The CCI radio show.
Is that where we are?
Yeah, that's where we are right now. So welcome aboard. It is the CCI radio show, Saturday, March 29th, 2025.
There goes that train again.
Yeah, the train's here.
The train
our
is
favorite.
Our favorite train.
Well, he won't be here, all morning. So they probably have quite a load to carry somewhere else. But
now at 3 a.m., 1 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
It's 11 o'clock last night. It's a big load, apparently. A very big load.
Well, the reason why you can probably hear it is because, number one, it is very, can I say humid?
It is
this
humid.
Morning?
Yeah.
That's kind of unprecedented. I mean, it's like 66 degrees out here right now. So it is kind of humid out here. It is kind of cloudy, hazy looking, but the sun's supposed to come out today.
Yeah, it's supposed to be in the 70s.
Yeah,
mid to late 70s.
75.
Right? Yeah.
Today here in the Still City.
It sounds like the train is
it's coming right through the building.
Right, yes, like it's right here in the building.
It could be.
It could be.
But it will be traveling.
I almost said something snarky, but I will.
Yeah. It'll be leaving soon. So, I am Sam C. This is Bobby D. We are your favorite weekend duo. The Coverage Connection is the CCI radio show sponsored by Vibrant Souls Health and Wellness. You can follow Vibrant Souls on Instagram, and you can email Vibrant Souls at vibrantsouls@gmail.com should you have anything that you would like to purchase. And we know that you will, because Vibrant Souls has a lot of good products out there.
That is correct.
A lot of cool stuff.
Yeah, a lot of cool stuff.
But speaking of cool, we think we're kind of cool. I mean, it's not kind of tooting our own horn, get it? But, good morning, Danetta.
Good morning.
And she says, good morning, Cubbly Bubbly. Cubbly Bubbly. Now, that's a new one. Cubbly Bubbly.
She's so silly.
That's okay. Yes, that's pretty cool.
Will you take that?
I'll take
that.
I'll take it. I'll take it. And she said Polar Express.
Yeah, I think it is pretty Polar Express-ish around here.
Yeah, it definitely is. But so let's go ahead and it is the last weekend of Women's History Month, so we'll go ahead and celebrate that as well, and see if we have maybe a contest or quiz that maybe you and I can put together.
Or
we can find, or some facts or something.
Sounds good.
Okay. All right. So the CCI radio show, globally connected and connecting the world for 13 years and counting. The show begins in just a matter of moments. So if you're not subscribed to our channel, make sure you subscribe right now. Tell your family and friends, hey, the CCI radio show is on. You'll want to stay tuned for this one. Right?
Hope so.
All right, welcome back to the Shindig, the show.
My hair is doing its own thing today. It's okay.
Hey,
okay.
Hey, I love this little B curl. I can't call it an S curl.
It could.
Well, your Bobby said it's called a B curl.
Yeah, my hair just being
pretty
crazy
cool
today. Well, thank you. Maybe
Yeah.
I'll keep it like this for today.
Okay. That's good to me. So, again, it's kind of hard to believe it's the last Saturday of this month,
I
the
know.
last Saturday of the CCI radio show for this month as well.
And the fact that this is the fifth Saturday in the month.
You know what? Yeah, I just noticed that.
It doesn't happen a lot, but
5 Saturdays. Wow.
yeah.
You mean to tell me everybody was with us for this is our 5th Saturday, and everybody's like, "Oh Lord, here they go again."
That's true.
I got to deal with another Saturday with these people.
Maybe. And is it 5? Is tomorrow the 5th Sunday, or is it just 4? It might be 5, right? No,
5th Sunday.
5th Sunday. Mm-hmm.
Wow. Well, you're right on point here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we got the 5s happening right now.
Yeah. So the 5th Saturday, that doesn't happen too often.
Mm-mm.
The 5th Saturday, the 5th Sunday. So yeah, here we are. So again, as I stated before, and we stated this before, time and time again. If you're not subscribed to our YouTube channel, make sure you subscribe to our channel. Make sure you run out, grab a friend, tap your family members on the shoulder, or whatever you need to do. Yeah. Can I help
like
you?
That?
Yes. Can I help you?
You said tap your family members on the shoulder.
Yes. And see, just like that, you just tap your family members on the shoulder and just let them know, hey, guess what? The CCI radio show's on. They'll say, what's that? Like, you know what? If you type in the CCI radio show on YouTube, go to our YouTube channel, you will definitely find out what the CCI radio show is and who we are. You know, whether you like us or not. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. As they say, maybe we're not everybody's
cup of
tea or flavor. You know, but you know, we try to be. And I see Danetta's already starting here. She's to you.
Oh,
like, what's in that glass, Bobby?
Oh, well, Sam C and I decided to share.
I don't know if you can see that.
Speaking of tea, one of our favorite teas, green tea with mint from the Giant Eagle Company here in Pennsylvania. But isn't Giant Eagle also in
Ohio?
Only Ohio?
I think maybe No, I think it's only Ohio too.
So just Pennsylvania and Ohio.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what it was. That's all.
That's what it is.
That's what it is.
Yeah, it's good stuff. You know, this is one of the best teas the Giant Eagle makes. You know, Giant Eagle is one of our local chains, supermarkets. They have of course, they have the regular supermarket. They have the what's called the Get Go, where you can just kind of go get your gas and then walk in the store or walk in a little convenience store and grab whatever. And then kind of down back behind us, if you go that way, they have what's called a Giant Eagle Express, which is the mini version of Giant Eagle, which it offers a little bit more stuff than the Get Go does.
Right, more groceries. And
choices.
Of course,
and gas.
Mm-hmm.
So we're pretty fortunate to be right in the middle of everything right here. Everything's about 5 minutes or less than 5 minutes away.
That's very true.
Just go right down it. Either you go forward or backwards, and
you'll run into something.
You run into one of the Giant Eagles there. So yeah, big chain here in Pittsburgh. So for those of you who are so inclined, we do have a nice audio podcast for you coming tomorrow to round out the month of March. And it just so happens to be Gospel Excellence, the best gospel music and praise. And it's going to be with this young lady right here, Bobby D, who is your host of Gospel Excellence. So new episode will be posted for you tomorrow on SoundCloud, Podbean, and Buzzsprout.
Yes.
So make sure you tune in for that tomorrow with Bobby D.
With me.
With you. And Danetta said, that sounds good. That sounds delicious. Hey, it really is. I mean, what was the other flavors that I got? There was
this one is my favorite. This one is my favorite.
Yeah, well, you know what? I can thank my mom for that. because, well, at least in my mind, every time we go over to see my mom, she tends to have that.
That's true. That
So
is
that's
true.
so that's both of y'all's favorite.
Yes.
And yeah, it says here it's real brewed tea with real sugar cane
Mhm.
and natural mint flavor.
That's very true. I could
Yeah,
agree.
so it is good stuff.
Hmm.
They also have other good flavors. Like they have, if you like, was it black tea? They have a black tea with what was it, black tea and lemon or something?
Yeah, something like that. Or black tea and citrus or
And
something.
citrus.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm. Um, yeah. So that's good stuff. Um, Also, if you didn't get a chance yesterday, go back and watch Cooking Fun with Mrs. Cubbage on our YouTube channel. It was another lovely episode as Bobby D did a wonderful cream cheese fruit spread, which was really, really great.
Somebody had that for breakfast today.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, it was good.
That's
Yeah,
good.
it was definitely good. And
Well, that's good.
yeah, so trying to decipher where we want to go from here because our spring magazine is on the way, so make sure that you stay tuned for that. In the meantime, you can get the current copy of our magazine right here, and it has CG Win on the cover. So make sure you get your copy at lulu.com. That is our winter 2025 edition. And now we are rolling towards spring because spring is here.
Spring is here.
Spring is sprung. Spring is here.
That's right.
And also, we want to, I'm trying to see. Yeah, want to take a moment to remember this young lady right here.
Mm-hmm.
And we were watching this on the news. Of course, it's hard to believe that it is 30 years since the passing of Selena.
Almost.
Yeah, almost. Would actually would be what, Monday?
Monday, the 31st. Be 30 years.
So,
that's crazy.
And you can see right there, that is such a beautiful shot of Selena. And it's funny because when you and I heard her for the very first time, you and I both thought that she sounded like Madonna.
This is the crazy thing about people crossing over from whatever it is that they're working on and then gaining large notoriety.
Mm-hmm.
She had already this is what's so crazy. She had literally already done everything. She had gotten married secretly. She had won the Grammy.
Yeah.
She had started her own business, fashion design. Now, fashion was her passion. And, she is really the first person to, well, I don't want to say the first person, but she's the first artist to bedazzle her own outfits and clothing. So it's kind of funny that she had done all of these things and, we'd never heard of her before.
Right.
And when she had died, when it was, when it was said that she had passed away, I'm like, Selena, I'd never heard of Selena.
Right. Yeah.
And then they started playing I Could Fall in Love with You on the radio. And I'm like, what? Because for however it hadn't been out that long, but I thought that it was Madonna.
I think everybody.
I thought that was
she
Madonna.
Sounded like Madonna.
They sounded exact. She's and like I said, she was just beginning to cross over and to become an international star.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh my goodness, when I first heard it. And it was weird too, because back then they never announced who it was singing it. And we just thought it was Madonna. It sounded like Madonna.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay. And then they play that and I said, oh my gosh, Like, I've loved this song for the past, I don't know, a couple of weeks or a month or however long it wasn't out for very long. And what was the other one that she
Thinking of You,
Thinking of You? I thought that was also Madonna. And
or no, Dream? Is there Dreaming?
Oh, Dreaming of You.
Sorry,
Dreaming of you. That's right.
Yeah, Dreaming of You.
And yeah, it's very sad that happened, but I must say she did she didn't she I'm sure because she was only 23. I'm sure she didn't do everything that she had aspired to.
Right.
But the main things that she wanted to do, she had done. She married the love of her life. She started her clothing line, and she was about to be an international superstar, which is probably the main thing. But, yeah, so it's really sad that Yolanda Saldivar took that away from her. But I hate to say, I do feel badly for Yolanda's family, but because it was not their fault. I say after age 18, whatever you do is your fault.
True.
It is your fault.
True. You can see the lovely designs.
Mm-hmm.
You were just talking about that.
The purple outfit right there was, of course, her most notable design. But yeah, she designed all of these outfits you see on the screen, and
especially one in the middle when she won the
Grammy. Yeah,
and the one on the far right, that's the one that was probably one of the coolest ones, like with the hat and the wasn't it? Didn't people start that? Didn't people start using that look after she started that look?
Sure did. Mm-hmm. So it's unbelievable that jealousy is a horrible and crazy thing.
Yeah.
Crazy thing.
Donetta said they did sound similar, her and Madonna.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they did. If you were just listening, just listening to the music and not really like focusing, that doesn't quite sound, if you're like, oh my goodness, this is lovely. Oh yeah, it's gotta be Madonna, because Madonna at that point was a superstar. So you just figured that was her. And yeah, absolutely amazing. So, it was yesterday when Yolanda came up for, it was yesterday, right?
Yeah, she came up. I want to say it was yesterday. So she came up for parole, and they denied her parole. So now she's denied until 2030.
Right.
And quite frankly, I don't think she's going to get it either.
I don't think she's going to get it. I'll be honest with you. When things like this happen, most of the time, when they give somebody parole, they feel like whoever the governing party is over that. These particular people feel that if they give you parole, they feel like you are no longer a threat to society.
Right.
Several people who have been granted parole, it might have been like, say, I don't know, somebody shot their abusive spouse or something like that. And they'll let the person out because the threat was the person that they killed. They don't want to kill anybody else because nobody else did anything to them.
Right.
Just their spouse.
Right.
So they'll let you out. And though not that Selena was a threat, because Yolanda is the one who was jealous, I feel like they probably feel like because she lied and then she got in that car, which, Lord rest his soul, he did the same stupid thing too. OJ got in the car, shoot myself in it. No, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't you? You look even worse crazy doing that.
Yeah, that the lady who played her in the movie
Looked
we
just like
saw.
her. She was fantastic.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. She did everything just like her. It was crazy.
you knew was in the moment when she's like, I killed my best friend.
Oh
And I'm like, and then she had the nerve to say, I would never steal from you.
Right.
In the
But you
meantime,
did.
you're stealing like, what was she stealing? Like thousands of dollars?
Yeah, she's still
Not
several
hundreds.
thousand.
It's several
No,
thousand.
I think 30. At that point,
At the time, the total
they had
was
caught about $30,000. She was stealing from the fan club.
mm-hmm.
And Selena
she
was getting
thing of the,
right.
yeah.
She was the president of the
Right.
fan club, and then Selena trusted her so much that she was kind of rolling over other financial duties to her. So like, oh yeah, this is
Mm-hmm.
not only this is my fan
Yeah.
club. I know you'll take care of them, but this is also my other thing over here. And then will you also work on the finances for the store? And will you do so? Yolanda had a big job. She had a big job, but she got greedy. She got greedy and then got angry because Selena's dad caught it
Mm-hmm.
and tried to stop it. So that's where that came from. So I'm sure she was jealous of Selena. Selena was much younger,
Mm-hmm.
at least 12 or so.
About 12 to 15
12
years.
to 15 years younger.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to shame, anybody's looks or whatever, but aesthetically, in the eyes of everyone, Selena was more attractive. She was more
younger.
Right. She was younger, more attractive, popular, and rich. And rich. So
well, Yolanda, she had it. I mean, she actually had it made. All she had to do was just
I hate to say it, right? Ride the coattails.
Well,
she could have been rich also,
and if she would have done it the right
if she would have done it the right way. Don't steal it.
They all would have reaped the benefits.
Absolutely,
and they were all on their way to do that.
Right.
But unfortunately, things. Fate didn't work out that way.
That is correct.
And she showed her true colors.
Yes, and now she will have to sit in jail for another 5 years.
And like I said, I honestly don't think she's going to get out then.
I agree. I don't think so. I don't think so. Selena did not, as I said, I had never heard of her. This is the sad part, until she died.
Yeah.
Then it was like this big, like so many people that are doing great things kind of quietly. I mean, granted, I know Selena, Selena was out there. Obviously, she won a Grammy. Obviously, right? Obviously.
Right.
So it wasn't necessarily quietly. But, you hear these stories like the role that Angelina Jolie played, the model, Gia. And
which was another great movie, by the way.
Fantastic movie. Fantastic. Yeah. Shout out to everybody who was involved with that one, because that was movie too. Unbelievable.
Speaking of Women's History Month,
as we're speaking, and the story of Gia was absolutely insanity. And when she died, just hearing the lady who played her mother. Wasn't that the one that also played Daniel's mother in Karate Kid?
Yeah.
Was that the same person?
Yeah.
I think that was. I think.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'll look it up. But anyway, Gia was a whole other wild story, just wild. And then, finding out that she ended up with one of the first big people to contract AIDS back in the day. Again, these are stories you don't hear unless it comes up on a movie. You didn't hear anything about it. And then, her sad demise and what AIDS did to her. I won't when the mother character was talking about, because she kind of went through, it was awesome the way they did the story, and it was kind of from sort of from Gia's perspective, but also from her mother's perspective. Yeah. And then once the Gia character was completely gone, then she spoke, oh, well, my daughter, this and that and the other. And, well, they were afraid back then, and, AIDS was this and that and the other. And when she talked about let's just say, as a horror movie buff, what had happened to Gia and what AIDS did to her, and how it ravished her body, disgusting, just crazy. So I'm thrilled, to kind of bring it all back around, thrilled that the doctors and everybody that is working and has worked on AIDS research and stuff have been able to make AIDS not a death sentence, because what we heard that happened to her was just awful, absolutely awful. So, but back to Selena. Selena was the queen of Tejano music.
Yes.
And she was just about to cross over with Dreaming of You, and that whole album was gonna blow up. And sadly, much like Biggie, also about to bring out something,
right, and
didn't get the opportunity to see its reach. But I believe that she became more of an icon, actually legendary, after she passed. Because like I said, I didn't know who, I'd heard her music and did not know it was her.
Right.
Did not know. And now it's sad I didn't know who she was then, but once I found out about her, I became a huge fan.
Me too.
Huge fan of her music.
Me too. Yeah. And like I said, it's you're just finding more things about her every day.
Mm-hmm.
The next says she needs to talk about Yolanda. If she needs to sit in prison the rest of her life, I don't understand how she was eligible for parole for taking someone's life. Yeah, that's a good question. We don't know how she was eligible for it either.
Good.
I thought she was in there without parole.
It is interesting that I don't know.
Could they have changed that?
No, that was probably this original. Yeah, that had to be the original sentencing, but
because they don't.
I don't know how they. Yeah, I don't know how they come up with that. Like who? Well, maybe kind of like what I said at the beginning. Maybe they felt that Selena was obviously Selena was the target,
right?
But is it a possibility? Because I believe Selena's parents are both still alive. Okay. Mm-hmm. And then her siblings who were in the Los Dinos.
Yeah.
So maybe they feel like, though it's been 30 years, Selena is gone, but technically, which is probably her father probably feels horrible still to this day. Her father was the one that kind of came after Yolanda. So if even after 30 years of sitting and stewing, possibly, maybe they feel like, maybe back then they were probably like, well, Selena was the target, so we'll make it 30 years with an option at parole of 30 years.
Right.
Okay. But maybe when they talked to her, they were probably like, well, I don't know. I don't trust her. I don't trust that she won't bother this family again. And maybe, she could, because the world is blowing up right now. So though she's a convict, it is proven that she has killed someone. She killed a megastar.
She could do it again too.
She could do it. She could go to this woman's family and start picking them off too.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe that's why they're like, nope.
Yeah,
we don't trust you.
In jail. You put me in jail, I'm coming after you.
Right, I'm coming after you.
Then she'll go right back to jail.
And go right back to jail.
If that.
Right.
If that.
Right. Could be worse.
Yeah.
I don't know what the death penalty situation is in Texas, but I would assume they probably do have death penalty in Texas, probably.
Yeah, we don't. Yeah,
I think we do, don't we?
I think we still do.
I think we still do in Pennsylvania, yeah. But so there's that with Selena Quintanilla Perez.
Such a pretty name, too.
Yes, and a pretty young lady. April 16th, 1971 to March 31st, 1995. And back then there were what was it? There were like rumors going around about her possibly being pregnant at the time. That was one thing. That was one thing. One thing that I would probably think that because she really wanted to be a mother, so that would be one thing that she did not get the opportunity to be. And then I heard that she was pregnant at the time she was murdered.
Yeah.
Apparently, they did an autopsy and they squashed those rumors. She was not pregnant at the time of her death. So that is good to know. That it did not, that Yolanda didn't kill two people. Right. It's bad enough she killed one. But yeah, so it's good that Selena at the time was not pregnant. So
that's good to know.
Mm-hmm.
See, Danetta says, I'm surprised they didn't handle her in prison. Hood justice stuff.
I know.
Danetta, where she wouldn't have made it out of jail.
I'll be honest with you, Danetta. I really thought
I didn't think she was gonna make it.
I did not think she was gonna live 30 years in prison. I did not think that was gonna be a thing. Mm-hmm. I really did not. I did not.
Yeah.
I really thought that mm-hmm.
Well, there's a lot of things that could happen in jail.
Right. Mm-hmm. I thought she was gonna get got myself, honestly. Mm-hmm. I really did. I did not think. And is she in a prison in Texas, or is she maybe she's in another?
Has to be a Texas prison.
Not necessarily. They could move her anywhere.
They didn't say.
Because I don't, and maybe that's it. Maybe it could be like a maximum security thing where she's blocked off from other people, or maybe she's in prison, but this person was killed in jail, but with the likes of like Jeffrey Dahmer or somebody like that, like, ooh, well, you more crazy than I am, that kind of thing. Put her with the other infamous murderers, the other maybe I don't know, but so with that being said, Yolanda Saldivar was denied parole after 30 years in prison. However, our hearts do go out to her family. We're very sorry for that. And however, though, we are happy for Selena's family.
Yes.
Congratulations. We know that you've got to be thrilled. It's certainly not bringing Selena back, but we're very, very happy. I'm sure that was a very stressful thought, that you probably had it marked on your calendar.
Yeah.
Probably had it marked. And we are very happy that she did not get parole. And we think she probably won't.
She'll never get
out. I don't think she'll ever
get
get out.
She'll never get out.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
She will never get out. Danetta says she has to be isolated because Selena was beloved by many. Yeah,
Yeah, you got
yeah.
that
So
right.
put her somewhere where
Nobody can get to her.
she won't get to. Hey, Summer Rae, good morning to you.
Good
Happy
morning.
happy that you're here with us as well. And again, we're just taking a moment here to remember this young lady right here, Selena. And again, it's been Monday, as Bobby D said, will be 30 years since her tragic passing.
Mm-hmm.
And, we were just kind of showing some different shots of Selena, even this one right here.
Mm-hmm.
Again, the lovely clothing
Iconic.
line.
The iconic clothing line.
Yeah. And she had so many good things that she was about to do.
Mm-hmm. But
But
she did in her only 23 years of life. She did a lot.
She did. And here we go. Women's History Month.
Okay.
We're still talking about it. Again, this is the last weekend of Women's History Month. So we celebrate all women and all women's achievements. And I don't know who that was, but things just kind of like just kind of popping and zinging and buzzing and stuff. So
that's why I turn that stuff off.
So, Bobby D, what do you
Yes.
have for us for Women's History Month so we can round out this month with it? Do we have a discussion? Do we have a little quiz? What do you plan on doing here?
Well, I say that we just have a little discussion. So the 19th Amendment didn't give.
Summer Rae said so sad.
Yeah, yeah, you're exactly right.
Yeah.
Summer Rae, it's unbelievable.
Yeah.
And but it's in a sense a good thing that Yolanda can't get out. And she'll have to, like we said, we don't think that Yolanda, her killer, we don't think she'll ever get out. Mm-hmm. And she's 67, they said. 67.
That sounds about right.
Yeah. So she'll be 72 when it's time to come up for parole again.
If she makes
I don't think they're gonna.
You think they could deny her parole?
I mean,
without even like just saying, "Hey, you're not even going to be up for it anymore." That's it.
No, they will stick with that schedule. So she's probably going to have the opportunity to come up for parole every 5 years
for good behavior.
Now, no, that's probably just whatever it is in the Texas law or wherever she is. But that could be the stipulation.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, if she makes it through the 30 years, we'll see what happens at 30. And then if we're still like, nah, then we'll do it in increments of 5. Because she's 67 now. Like, you'll be up for parole in another 30 years.
30 years, yeah.
30 years. So she'll be 97 in 30 years.
Nah, she won't make it.
So,
and she said absolutely.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
So, so she is not. I mean, I could be wrong. Well, Lord willing, we're all around in 5 years to see what happens. But personally, I don't see it happening.
Sure.
I do not see that happening. But yeah, it is very sad. But it's good that she did not get it this time.
Sure.
And obviously somebody felt like she was not yet ready to come back into normal society
and wreak havoc.
Yes.
And another
like
says
the current administration. But anyway.
Yeah, right.
Anyway.
No, I got you on that. I know exactly what you want with that. Another says if she gets out, she won't make it a day, so she better try to stay in.
That's a good point too, Danetta.
Yep.
I think that maybe they are kind of saving her bacon there.
Mm-hmm.
If she goes out,
more or less,
right? If she goes out into the street, oh, I'm free.
Right.
Day one.
Mm-hmm.
Now we've got another news story. So, yeah, I think you're right. I think you're right. Maybe maybe it's kind of like
We'll wait. Like
yeah.
I'll wait.
Yeah. There's too many, and plus, if you think about it, the majority of the people who were fans back then are still fans now.
And she's got new ones.
And she's got new ones. Selena would have been 54, I believe, in April.
Wow.
Right. So if you think about it, most of her fans, right, would be 50-ish down to, say, 40. Because they would have been teens.
Yeah.
Because she was kind of like as they said on the news, the Taylor Swift of her time. Not that we don't love Taylor, but Selena came first. So Selena was first. But, they likened her popularity to Taylor Swift. If that's the case, call them the Swifties, the Selenites, Selena crew would be 40-ish. So still young professionals up to, I don't know how old her fan base was, but she seemed
Selena's Dinos.
Right. So with that being said, I don't know. They're still young. We'll say 40 would be the youngest person.
Sure.
And I don't know. I don't know.
Can't call it.
I definitely can't call it. Definitely can't. She would, if the youngest Selena fan is 40 this year, then and Yolanda is 67. And I'm not saying that a 67-year-old can't throw down. But I don't know. Could get stomped by the younger person. I'm just saying. And more people recognize her than she would recognize them.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
So, Selena has Latino friends, Black friends, fans, Black fans, white fans. She's got a whole array of fans. And if somebody got that opportunity, they just might do Selena's family a favor. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I totally agree with you.
I don't condone it, but I'm just saying it's a possibility.
Yep, I totally agree with you.
And
again, Selena, everybody.
Silly. All right.
So what you got for us here? Women's History Month, so we can talk about some other good stuff here.
The 19th Amendment didn't give all women the right to vote. It was signed into law August 26, 1920. Unfortunately, at the time, now listen to all the marginalized, if that isn't interesting, marginalized communities. Unfortunately, at the time, other laws prohibited Native American, Black, Asian American, and Latina women from voting. So, with that being said, kind of like that little, the little part, again, one of my favorite movies, gotta love the baseball.
There's no crying in baseball.
A League of Their Own. That one little part, I thought the movie was great. I thought the movie was wonderful, but my favorite part was only just a few seconds. There were a bunch of sisters on the sidelines watching the other ladies play ball. And the baseball rolled over to where the sisters were watching. One sister took the ball, like, whoosh, and threw it so the pitcher could catch it. And so the pitcher caught it and was like, woo, woo. And she just kind of looked over at the sister, and the sister was like, there you go.
Like, I'm not in this league.
I'm not in this league, but obviously I have a power arm. So that's kind of what that reminds me of. So Geraldine Jerry Cobb was the first woman to pass astronaut testing in 1961. That was not that long ago in history. Unfortunately, Cobb wasn't allowed to travel to space due to her gender. I wonder. Well, maybe. I don't know if she was African American or not. I have to look that up. In the 1700s, Caroline Herschel earned the first salary that a woman had ever received for scientific work.
Okay.
That is very cool. Throughout her long career, she discovered 8 comets. Oh, that's cool. Received the gold medal from the Royal Astronomical Society and helped discover the planet Uranus. Uranus. Is it Uranus or Uranus?
Nobody talks about that.
Well, see, that's so funny that came up because I'm teaching my little ones at the preschool right now about space. And I always tell them, Mrs. Cubbage, it's okay to be a nerd. Mrs. Cubbage is a space nerd, okay? Mrs. Cubbage is a space nerd. And so they don't know what nerd means, but just if they remember that when they get into their older years. So I said that I told them the line of the planets, and I said, also, Mrs. Cubbage is going to teach you about the planet Pluto. People say that it's a dwarf planet, or it's not a planet, or it's not in our solar system, and all these different things. But when Mrs. Cubbage was growing up, Pluto was a planet, so it is a planet.
Right.
Okay. So it's funny. I have 8 children in my preschool class. Therefore, that would make perfect sense to not include Pluto, right? Because that would be 8 planets if you don't include Pluto.
Right.
But I include Pluto. So my teaching partner and I were talking about Uranus or Uranus, and come to find out that Uranus, I'm going to call it Uranus because calling it the way we're used to Uranus sounds bad.
It does.
Especially what I'm going to say. We found out that Uranus smells like rotten eggs. If you were to go to that planet, it smells like rotten eggs. So now my 3-year-olds call Uranus the stinky planet.
The stinky
planet. Okay. And I gave each one of them a planet. Each one of them has to line up. So whenever I call out, call Mercury, where does Mercury go? Okay, that's me. So they get in line. And like, who's the stinky planet?
Right.
I didn't call anybody to be the stinky planet. There's a space in between. Forget it. That's okay. Stinky planet. Who's the stinky planet? So maybe next year I will leave that part out about it being the stinky planet. But another really interesting thing. See, things in space, I probably should have been some type of scientist for space. But something else I found out, I wanted to dazzle the children with some new find or something that I already knew. So I pulled up this thing that said facts for children, And do you know, Mrs. Cubbage learned something new about the planets. Can I use your folder here?
You can use it.
All right, I'm going to draw something here. So we've got the sun.
Donetta said all of this is hilarious.
Donetta, you just don't know what we're going through when we're talking to the kids. So we've got the sun, and then we've got Mercury.
I'm anticipating the
Venus,
end result of this.
Earth, Mars,
Look like you're back in teacher mode here.
Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto. Yes, Mrs. Cuppage says Pluto.
That's a dot.
And we have to, well, it's the smallest.
Oh, okay.
And we have to use Pluto in this particular thing. So, all right. So we've got the sun here. Oh, wrong way. Okay. So we got the sun, Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter. It's Saturn. So going the wrong way with the Uranus, Neptune, and the little dot is Pluto.
That's like a little. Wait a minute. Which one's a little dot? It's a little dot.
So that's a little dot Pluto. Did you know? I was very excited. This is pretty funny. I was more excited than everybody else. Everybody was just kind of looking at me like okay, that's cool, I guess. But if I was around other space nerds, they would know. So with Pluto being the furthest from the sun and the smallest, did you know that 8% of the time that the planets are orbiting around the sun, did you know that our little friend Pluto here, 8% of the orbiting time is not the last, I'm over here on the front, is not the last one in order. Did you know that? You did.
No.
Nobody knew that. Somebody knew it, but I know I didn't until Wednesday. This is the weird thing. Somehow, our little friend Pluto, so remember so we got Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto. Our friend Pluto here will spin in between Neptune and Uranus. 8% of the orbiting time that the planets orbit around the sun. I thought that was pretty cool.
You know, I'm really surprised that you don't teach us how you really didn't take this up in school.
I know. Well, it's interesting.
And again, did they offer stuff like this? Did they offer stuff like this recently?
No. But isn't that funny?
That is
so
right.
I thought that was kind of cool. Like Pluto is supposed to be at the back of the line, but he's like, nope, I'm going to come in between Neptune and Uranus and then go
which
back.
Which makes who the back of the line? Neptune?
I guess technically, well, no, because it's only 8% of the time.
Well, now you got me questioning that. So, so
only 8%.
So 8% of the time they're okay. But I wonder who gets left behind sometimes.
Well, Pluto always gets left behind.
Oh,
regardless, they have declassified him altogether. So
it sounds like he's a
dwarf.
He's like bumping lanes there, like he's hopping and skipping over different planets.
Yep, he's just bumping in between. So they call him a dwarf planet, but I do not, because the teachers that I grew up with said that Pluto was in our solar system. So, but we do have other dwarf planets that we don't talk about that are kind of in between planets and hovering around and that
That's
kind of thing.
They don't talk about them.
Yeah, well,
too
many things to remember. It's hard to remember the order of the ones we do, the ones we can see in a telescope. Also,
wow.
Did you know, or I should say, I'm going to ask you, do you know? Okay, so of course you know that Saturn has the pretty rings, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what the rings are made of? You should know, your wife being the space nerd.
I should know.
You should know. I'll give you a hint.
Oh, man.
I'll give you a hint.
What, plastic?
No, not plastic. I don't think plastic can fly out into the. I don't think there's plastic out in space per
Ice.
se. You got it. Ding, 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 ding.
Stupid me. Plastic?
I thought you were going to say tea, actually. But anyway.
Nah, I wasn't going out for it.
But the rings around
Made
Saturn
of ice.
are made of ice. But it's not the coldest planet.
So that's Saturn, right?
Yes, Saturn has the rings. And it's rings made of ice. And did you know that some pieces of ice, some of the ice pieces are as big as trucks?
So who's the coldest planet?
Well, you tell me, what planet do you think is the coldest?
Well, Pluto was the furthest.
Right, he's bopping and
But
jumping
that
around.
doesn't mean he's the coldest.
That is correct.
I always thought it was Neptune.
No, if that isn't crazy. Neptune is not the coldest planet. Uranus is.
Now, how's that the coldest?
And not
It's
only
not
is
even
it-
the furthest.
I know. I don't know why. And not only that, it spins funny.
It spins funny.
Yes. So all of the other planets are doing this, okay? Except for one of the planets, I can't remember which one. So let's just say they're all spinning clockwise. And then there's another one.
It spins the opposite direction.
There's one that spins the opposite direction. I think it's Venus that spins. Wait. I think it's Venus that it's Venus that spins the other way, but slower than the Earth. So the Earth is spinning like this.
It's got to be different.
Of course. And Venus is like, nah, I'm going to go this way. And I'm going to take my time. And I don't really feel like going fast.
That's ridiculous.
But Uranus doesn't spin like the other, whether it's like this. It spins like this on its side. So instead of twirling, it's doing a somersault.
I don't. Okay. I would have never guessed that.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Because you're not a space nerd like your wife. Also, I'm going to tell you what, I'm going to ask you. You could be. I'm going to ask you one more question about the planets, and then we can move on. Which planet is the hottest? So here's the sun. We've got Mercury and Venus, Earth and Mars, Jupiter and Saturn. Those are the big ones.
Okay,
Uranus and Neptune.
now I've got two.
Yes,
I've got three in mind here.
Those are the
Now-
planets. Okay. Yes.
Okay, now Mercury is the closest to the sun, so you would think it's Mercury, but I don't think it's Mercury.
Okay.
It's not Earth either.
No, it's not Earth. They're definitely not, because we'd be all burned up. So
Say Venus.
that is correct, sir. Good job. It is a burning ball of fire.
Even though you would think that Mercury would be the one because it's right next to the sun, but
Yep. Isn't that weird? So the hottest planet is not the closest, and the coldest is not the furthest.
who made all this stuff up?
God. Because
Well,
God.
Well, you know what?
You can't dispute that.
I can't deny that. Sorry. Yes, sir.
So Earth, that's where all of us are. Earth is obviously the best planet for us to live on, because if we moved over to Mars, it would be too cold. So Earth is the best place for living things.
So we'd be living like Eskimos over in Mars.
If that, we might not even
Make it there.
might not even make it there. If I can make it there,
I can make it anywhere.
Make it anywhere.
I don't know about that.
I don't know about that. But
I see Summer Reyes cracking up. She's like, "Thank you for this history lesson."
you're welcome.
Yeah, well,
That was
she
just
didn't say that. That's
This-
what I'm just adding my extra comment in there. You know,
That's just the space lesson.
why
I'm
do
not
you
even
think?
getting into history yet.
Well, I do thank you for the space lesson, because there's a lot of these things I had to stop and think, like, wait a minute.
See, you're learning some
New stuff.
history from a woman today.
Yeah, well, I should be.
So how did we get into that? Oh, that was Caroline Herschel.
Yes.
Was that it, right? No,
Mhm.
no,
No, she was the.
Geraldine Cobb. That's the one who was the astronaut.
Mhm.
Yes. Okay, so Elizabeth Blackwell became the first woman to earn a medical degree in the U.S. Okay.
Is that Title IX?
Title IX was passed on March 1st, 1972.
Boy,
So
that's really recent.
very
And
recent.
what
So
does it
52,
and that's
53 years
interesting
ago.
what it talks about.
Title IX prohibits discrimination based on sex in federally funded education programs and activities.
Mm-hmm.
So that's good to know. But
yeah, well, we
some
all know what
people
happened there.
Some people like signing
Some like it hot, some don't.
Signing executive orders that don't matter. But anyway,
or don't pay attention to what they are.
Women. Now this is interesting. Women couldn't get credit cards until 1974.
Wow.
Congress passed the Equal Credit Opportunity Act of 1974, which allowed women to get credit cards in their own name. I do remember hearing about that, actually. Now that I kind of juggled my memory there. Annie Edison Taylor was the first person to survive. Now this is crazy. Going over Niagara Falls in a wooden barrel.
Okay. And the point of that was,
Let's read on here.
oh, she was a school teacher.
Oh, Lordy be, help us.
So is that what you school teachers do? Y'all
we
grab
just want
wood
to
barrels and just try to go where it falls? Okay.
Right. If the children don't kill us, maybe Niagara Falls will. Like, what is she thinking here?
This is interesting.
October 24th, 1901 was Annie Taylor's 63rd birthday. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Live dangerously.
And the school teacher celebrated by heading over the falls and surviving. I need to find out a little bit more about her if you don't mind.
Yeah, that's fine. But the next one is really interesting.
Women outlive men in almost every society. That is interesting. Scientists aren't entirely sure why, but think it might have to do with estrogen's ability to improve immune function and protect heart health. Women make up 17.5% of active duty military members.
Mm-hmm.
An upward trend is being observed, however, so the number may actually be higher now, or sadly lower because of executive orders. So
the next says, I know why.
Or it could be because #petty is our favorite color.
Mm-hmm.
Danetta knows what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm. You don't even have to say much. I know exactly.
Marie Curie was the first woman to receive a Nobel Prize and the first person to win 2 Nobel Prizes. Good for her. Her first award was for physics for her work on spontaneous radiation with her husband, and with her second was in chemistry for her studies in radioactivity. Here we go.
The next one.
All of the ladies on here, they're going to love this next one.
Oh, yeah.
Madam C.J. Walker was the first Black female millionaire in the United States.
And she gets no recognition for this.
Oh, but we love her, though.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. When a medical condition caused her to lose much of her hair, Madam Walker invented a treatment system that completely revolutionized Black hair care.
Hey, you got to remember, us brothers are happy for her, too.
I'm sure.
We're proud of her, too.
I'm sure.
And thankful for her, too.
And thankful as well.
The things that we use.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
That is correct. Trying to keep it together.
Keep what I have.
That's right. Got to keep it.
Keep it tight.
Keep it tight and right. So those are just some women's history. Several of them are Black women's history also. But that lady who went over, there she go. I wonder if I clicked on there, will that tell me? Will that tell us, do you think? I hope. I don't know. First barrel ride down Niagara Falls.
No, brother.
Oh, but that's coming from history.com. Oh boy. That's gonna take a while. So I'll get into that a little bit later. I'll get into that later. But if you were interested in any of the information that you heard, I got it from a website called weareteachers.com. So you could type in, thank you.
You very fitting.
Type in whoever it is that you might have been interested in, something you might have missed. Please feel free to do so. And you'll find a lot of fun and interesting facts about women and men and animals and all kinds of wonderful things. It's a great resource to have.
Yes. Well, I think this was a great Women's History Month that we did here on the show.
Yeah.
And I, especially the way to close us out, I think this was great.
Yes. I agree.
Yeah. So we have, other than, we want to thank you guys for rolling with us the whole month of March. I mean, I think March was a great success.
I agree.
As far as the CCI radio show. For those of you, again, looking for something else to listen to, make sure that you check this out tomorrow. It is our latest audio podcast. It'll be Gospel Excellence with Bobby D, the best gospel music and praise, coming at you tomorrow. So Bobby D is going to have some great gospel music. So make sure you show her some love, and you can hear it on SoundCloud, Podbean, and Buzzsprout. And I may be looking to add another place to that as well. But for now, those are your three outlets.
That sounds good.
And while you're here, make sure you click like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel if you haven't done so already. And like I said, grab a friend, tap your family on the shoulder. You already did that. And that's how you do it. And let them know, hey, the CCI radio show is on. What is that? Well, in order for you to find out, you have to watch. We have a lot of good things here on our YouTube channel, a lot of good content. We want to make sure that you guys, like I said, subscribe. We're trying to up our members or subscribers. So it doesn't cost a thing. I don't want to sound repetitive, but it doesn't cost a thing. And we could be at a very certain number by now, but I kind of have a ballpark figure as where I would like us to be, even though we're not there right now, because quite honestly, it's really easy to get there, but it's just a matter of I'm just gonna come out and say it. What it is the lack of support.
But we're supported by these wonderful folks that are
right
here every week. So.
Well, no, the ones that are always supporting us is one thing. But what I'm saying is, I know there is lack of support. But then what's really interesting is that I got a couple of requests the past few days to join other people's thing and like other people's stuff. And I said to myself, no, because you're not supporting us, even though you see we're there every week. And these could be some of the people that maybe just kind of tune in and tune out, and maybe they're they could be part of the lurkers.
Yeah, but the lurkers.
So no, I had, like I said, about 3 people, and I know how many Facebook. I know how many Facebook fans or Facebook connections that I have. Mm-hmm. I know how many you have. I know how many people follow us on Instagram. I know how many people follow us on Blue Sky. I know how many people follow us on Fanbase. I know how many people follow us on TikTok. So, in some aspect, it's kind of unacceptable and it's kind of disappointing. But on the other side of it, it just gets it's basically enlightening to know the people that come here every week and they have fun with us. That even it could be a topic that they may not really like too much, but the fact that they jump in because either because you are doing it just because you like us and not so much the subject, or maybe you do find something that, maybe something that you've seen on our YouTube channel is a good content to you, like Tuesday Talks with Bobby D, and etiquette class with Mrs. Covage, and cooking fun with Mrs. Covage, and Sam C's credit tips and coverage critiques. We have a lot of, and of course the CCI radio show, but we have a lot of good stuff here. And not to toot our own horn, but we've worked very hard at what we do, and it's not easy. It is definitely not easy, and we've talked about this before, where people think that when you get on your show, you figure, well, or people think that because you started a show that you can just figure out what you want to do as soon as you get on there. It takes preparation. So it's not like you can just get on there and say, hey, I got my own show now. Well, that's all well and good, and congratulations for those of you who do, but it's a skill, it's a talent, it's something that we went to school for, and to me it shows. The reason why I say it shows is because you can see sometimes the lack of people and sometimes the support of people.
Mm-hmm.
So you get a little bit of both. You get a lot of jealous people out there. I mean, it's kind of funny because, I know I don't notice a lot of people's stuff, because I do, because, and a lot of people will tell you, hey, hey, I saw your Facebook post the other day and you've said that, about things that, you talk about. Oh, you're such an inspiration. Why aren't you saying anything on the show? But I was like, well, you're behind the scenes or whatever. But I mean, I could probably name about 10 people, but, but the bottom line is that you and I enjoy what we do. We love having you guys here every week. To those of you who have been with us from day one, whether it be the YouTube channel show that we're doing now, or whether it be the other segments that we do here, whether you're listening to an audio podcast. Again, these things are not easy to do. It may be a little bit easy for us because it's something that we take time to plan. But to just come on and say, I got a show, you have to be organized. You have to prep. You can't just go in cold turkey and figure, I'm just going to go ahead and just start my own thing today. But
that's true.
Yeah, it takes a lot of effort, and it does take a lot of effort to even do this show. But the bottom line is that we have fun. It is something fun to do, and we enjoy it. But just that's my little spiel. It's not, I'm not singling anybody out directly, but I'm just letting you know that it's all because you have a show, or all because you want to have a show. It's definitely not an easy thing. I mean, having a magazine is not an easy task. I mean, people think that that's easy too. I can just start a magazine. Well, no, you really can't, because it's like you could, but have you really put any thought as to what you want to do with each of the things that you want to do? I want to do an audio show. Well, that's all well and good. But again, did you really put any thought as to what you want to do behind your show? I mean, what are you aiming for? Are you trying to be like the person? I mean, are you trying to idolize the person that you're listening to, or are you trying to go a different route? A lot of things, a lot of questions there.
I have to say, which is funny, bringing up the magazine about, you should at least have some knowledge of that. We know somebody who brought out a magazine, and sadly, they don't know the difference between volume and issue.
Mm-hmm.
And that's big.
Yeah.
That's big. That's a big thing.
Mm-hmm.
Journalism has been made to look easy now, with podcasters out there doing stuff and this and that. Sadly, the same thing goes with like with music
Right.
and singing. Like you don't necessarily, it's going to sound so mean. Some people don't necessarily have a good voice, but you could cover it up with all kinds of do, 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 do.
Mm-hmm.
And the person sounds good. But, it's kind of unfair to those who have been in the business working hard, doing what they have to do. And then somebody comes up and like, oh, I want to be a singer. Okay, go ahead, sing. Oh, you don't sound too good. Okay, we'll fix this. We'll fix that. We'll fix that. Not cool. Just my own little thing about it.
Which makes perfect sense.
Thank you.
So you don't see us trying to be singers. We have a singer right here in the audience. We're actually, I'll say that we have two singers.
That's true.
Right here in the audience. You don't see us standing up performing in front of a crowd like la 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 la, because no, we're not going to do that. We let the people who
and nobody's
actually,
coming to hear it.
Right, no one wants to hear all that. You know what I'm saying? Well, Bobby D maybe, but not me.
Not
but
me.
No one is going to be coming, like breaking their back and their wallets to come see us. But who are these two goofs? I'm not going to sit there and watch these two when you can go watch people who know what they're doing.
Exactly.
Tanetta's laughing to auto-tune.
That's what it sounds like too.
Yeah, she said, "Good for you, Sam." Yeah, she said, "Good for me." Good for
That's
you,
right.
Sam.
That's
like
right.
Liam Nielsen, it's just a skill set.
Yes.
And she said, "I never understand coming on and never speaking."
Exactly.
And she says, "You have one singer." Laugh out loud. Summer Rain.
No, Sam was right. He said two. He was right.
Hey, as far as I'm concerned, both of you can blow. I mean, we've heard both of your skills. Okay, Danetta thinks she's like a closet singer, but she's not. Danetta could be standing up on stage or something too. So I mean, if you could stand up on, in front of these crowds and kick a couple verses, we've heard you.
She could. Yeah, I agree.
Is it a crime? I say not.
I feel like, I think I said this before, I feel like my speaking voice goes with Summer's singing voice. Like if I could sing, that's the way I would sound. If I sung well, that's the way I would sound. Because honestly, it was funny when I think I met Summer first, right? Before hearing her music, I think. Or no, wrong. I heard her music and then you guys connected. And then when you told me we were going to have her on the show, and I was like, oh, okay. And then when we met her, I'm like, wait, that doesn't, sometimes it's so funny with voices. You would have thought, I would have thought that Summer would have had more of a mid-range tone.
Boy, was I wrong.
But oh my gosh,
she has such a range. I mean, she can tweak it too.
Yes. But it's mostly like the deeper tones. And I was like, wait a minute. I was like, wait.
Like she's got
that
levels.
Should be my singing voice.
She's got levels.
That's supposed to be my singing.
Just like levels. How can you? I mean, it's like she can control the levels.
Exactly. Very true. Very true. That's true. I'm like, wait, that's my singing voice.
Danetta and Summer are both laughing right now. They are both laughing right now.
Okay, I'll be honest with you. When I sing, that's who the voice that comes out of Summer, that is the voice that I think comes out, but it's not. So, but it's not. That is the voice. Like, oh yeah, that is, like deep and sexy and everything like that. And then I sing, and the poor children that have to listen to us sing at school and everything. What are they going to do? They're just, sorry, children, Mrs. Cubbage can't sing, and sorry, your parents signed you up for my class, but we sing in here, so sorry about the noise factor you're going to hear. Your ears, you might end up with some scratched eardrums.
So basically you're saying we sound like Vanessa Huxtable's group. What was their group name?
Weren't they the
The lipsticks.
The lipsticks. That's it. The
Yeah,
lipsticks.
well, they can't sing, but when they get a studio, they have everybody fix their voice. So it's just like, I kind of feel like, is this us? Like, this is us.
I don't know, babe. The lipsticks. Well, I don't know about you, but you sound better than the lipsticks. Me, on the other hand, I don't know. That's a bit. It's a bit sketchy.
I sound like Barry White on crack.
I don't think so.
I could sound like Barry White. And Barry White is one of our favorites too. But I sound nothing.
Maybe that's who I sound like. I sound like that. And then it's sad because then, when you get together, I mean, I'm not ripping, but when you're singing with other people that can't sing, oh man, it's just, and the sad part is that I can hear music, I've got a great ear for music, maybe not a great voice for me.
I got the perfect
like
example.
You've got a great voice for radio.
You did good there. All right.
But wait, with the Raven, but that wasn't not an exact quote from Raven. Love Raven. Shout out to RuPaul's Drag Race there.
I can't believe you put that out there. That's funny.
But no, what Raven said was you have was it a great face for radio?
Yeah.
It was a great face for radio. But that
was rude right there.
It was meant to be rude.
Well,
Raven was throwing shade, honey.
If you think that what you just said is funny, I'll one up you.
Okay.
So basically, the way that we sound, I know exactly what you're gonna. I can
what
see
we
your
sound
face.
like.
No. I know exactly.
Like the hyenas on something.
The way we sound is kind of like. Now, hear me out now, because I mean, you're going to know exactly where I'm going to go with this.
Oh, scared.
Out comes 98 degrees.
Oh, no.
After 98 degrees, everybody's clapping for 98 degrees. Yay! Then out comes Usher. Gets a little bit of more of a level. Yay! And then somebody who shuts them all down, the late Luther Vandross, and then everybody just feels so low after that. And all he would do is just stand there and just have that one note for like 5 seconds and wave to the crowd. And it didn't matter what Luther did the next 15, 20 minutes on that stage. It didn't matter. Because everybody else was an underling.
Yes.
And I sure would have felt like that.
So we're 98 degrees?
Well,
or lower than that.
No, I mean, but everybody sounded good.
No, everybody sounded good. No, everybody sounded great. But Luther, you couldn't. Even still to this day, you can't. I know Luther is gone, but if Luther rose up
right now, I'd be like, you know what? If he rose up right now, there's a problem.
Yeah, if Luther rose up right now,
yeah, there'd be definitely a problem. But I think that was a lot of fun. I'm glad we talked about that. For those of you that don't know what that is, I'm sure you do. The Michael Jackson was a 30th
anniversary celebration.
Yes.
You can find it right here on YouTube. So after you're done.
Not our channel.
Right after you're done. Not on our channel.
Just on
we
YouTube.
Don't have the
rights to that.
The rights to that music, but if you go now, you must. Now that we talked about it, you must go. Just type it into your search engine, Michael Jackson 30th anniversary. If you hadn't seen it, you don't have to watch the whole show.
You'll remember it if you saw it.
But yes, but go just type in Michael Jackson. It's a lot to type in. Michael Jackson's 30th anniversary, and if you just hit it with that, you might have to click through a few things. But if you add Luther, all you don't have to write the whole Vandross or all that, but add Luther to the end of that, then you will see what we're talking about.
Yeah, it is hilarious. That's why we laugh all the time.
Luther shut it down.
That's why Bobby and I laugh all the time whenever we watch that. But
and this was also we'll speak of a woman, since it's Women's History Month, along with Usher, Maya, and the late great Whitney Houston also did their take on "Want to Be Starting Something."
Mm-hmm.
So check that out as well. That was awesome. However, that was also sadly when, as the ancestors would say, Whitney's slip was showing. That's when she was really emaciated. You know, you could see all the the bones and everything. She was very, very, she's always been thin, but she was extremely thin for that particular show, and you could tell she was very, very thin. And this was kind of the downfall.
Yeah.
I mean, she passed several years after, but this was kind of like, oh, wait a minute, there's something is going on here. So, but she still looked beautiful, and she was, poor dear, you know, could sing like, you know, God touched that voice, but the child could not dance, had no rhythm. I could say that because I don't have any rhythm either, so it's fine.
Whitney had that one step.
Had the one step. She was trying with her little. She was trying.
It was Whitney Houston. I didn't care. I could care less. So I'm just like, all I want to do is just sit there and it's Whitney Houston. That's it.
Yes.
You know. Well, you know the story.
You know the story.
I told you that before.
But yeah. So check it out. Michael Jackson, 30th anniversary celebration. Yep. Luther, and you could once you see the Luther thing, then you could take Luther's name off, put Whitney. Excellent celebration.
Have some fun with it.
Those were our favorite moments in that. And sad, Michael's gone, Luther's gone, Whitney's gone.
Yeah,
crazy.
No. Wow,
crazy. But it was a fantastic show, and it was shot in 2001, I believe.
Yeah,
2001. So. Check it out. It's a good one.
Speaking of checking out, again, make sure tomorrow, Gospel Excellence with Bobby D on our audio set.
Yes, sir.
SoundCloud, Podbean, and Buzzsprout. Be able to check it out there. And also, again, one more time, we invite you to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Click like, share, and subscribe to our channel if you haven't done so already. Tell your friends, you know.
And speaking of tapping someone on the shoulder, you look like you're tapping me on the shoulder in that picture.
Yeah, I think I was. So, yeah, tell your family and friends, get them to subscribe to our channel. And like I said, I have a goal. I have a number in my head that I like us to reach if we can get there. Anything's possible, but, you know, for the past, whatever, you know, sometimes you kind of get stuck.
Well, you have to say the number in your head so people know.
You really want to know? I mean, it's...
Or you want to keep it to yourself?
No, I'll tell you. I mean, you know...
Want to get to 100? Where are we now? 150? You want to get to 152? 151?
155. No, just joking. No, actually, you know what? I think, you know, just to play it safe, I mean, I would think, why, you know, I'd like to get us to 200, but why
by the end of the year?
By the end of the year. Why not 170? I think that's doable.
And we're at 154. Okay.
So I think,
that's good.
So 170. How about we do that? Let's try to see if we can reach for that. I may up the number. We'll see how we can make it happen. Mm-hmm. Other than that, just like Summer Rae said, you know, thank you, Summer Rae, for all that you do. Thank you, Danetta, for all that you do. Thank you for all the people who continue to support us, whether it be coming in, watching us every week. You know, those of you who are audio contributors, those of you who just, you know, are just nice to us, who just like us and love us that much. We just appreciate you guys. And, you know, we can't thank you guys enough for being here week after week. Special thanks to, just like I said, everybody, but the one person I do want to thank, my lovely wife right here, because she holds it down. You know, she keeps me straight, keeps me right, keeps me on my toes. You know, if I slip a gear, she's right there to change my gear back, and so.
Because she's pushy.
Well, I mean that's not a bad thing. Well, you need that extra push and get going motivation, and she has it. So I learned a lot from her.
I learned a lot from you too.
And Danetta said, "Great shows. Always enjoy the rest of your weekend." Yeah. So we got some things to do.
Yeah.
And
I guess we better
get prepared, get ready.
Oh geez. Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess we should get going.
Yeah. So again, thank you.
We've been holding everybody hostage this morning, so we're sorry.
Yeah. So thank you.
Thank you so much for joining us, everybody, and go out, celebrate what's left of Women's History Month.
Summer said, "Oh, y'all are so cute."
So are you, Summer. Thank you. I don't know what is up for next month. Should I look real quick before we go?
No, you can.
What? Let me see. Let's see. What? Come on, phone. Now, of course, it does. Okay, never mind. What history month is April? So we'll see what they come up with here. Oh, come on.
Was it like National Walk Your Dogs Month or something? Or National Wash Your Dogs Month or something?
Okay, let's see. Okay. Now we'll say what? Now maybe it'll be nice to me here. What is why is this thing doing the absolute most? Because it knows we're trying to. Okay. That doesn't matter. Okay. All right. National Arab American History Month. Interesting. Interesting, because they say that was signed into law from President Biden, actually.
Not anymore.
Not
anymore.
April is recognized as not only National Arab American Heritage Month, Deaf History Month, and Autism Acceptance Month.
Among others.
Which
may be soon wiped away.
Mm-hmm. But, okay, we've got Earth Month, National Minority Health Month, Stress Awareness Month, Move More Month, and Sexual Assault Awareness and Prevention Month.
Didn't they give some ideas here?
Wow. Okay.
And Danetta said, hopefully it's National Petty Month. It could be.
It could be. We could add that.
We could make it that way.
I wonder if it is.
If that's what Danetta wants, we can make it that way.
National Petty Month. Let's see.
Patty Month.
No.
It said.
Oh, it said Patty.
Yeah.
Let's see if it brings anything up. No, it's telling me Pet Month. National Pet Month is celebrated in May.
Okay.
I said Patty.
We tried.
Well, maybe we can make it in May since it's Pet. All we have to do is add TY. There we go.
And both, again, Danetta and Summer are both laughing. So funny. I'm glad we made your morning. All right.
Well, we are going to, I'm sorry. I figured I'd look it up. Maybe
I think it was funny.
A thing. Maybe it was.
It was funny.
But anyway, thank you so much for joining us, ladies. We do appreciate it. And for the lurkers, thank you for joining us as well. Make sure you give us a thumbs up right here and share, and subscribe if you aren't already. That goes to those, the people that are out there lurking. So make sure you are subscribed, because you must be getting the notifications because you're here with us right now. So thank you for joining us. Yesterday's history, tomorrow's a mystery, today's a gift. That's why we call it the present. Thank you so much for joining us today, and we will see you again really, really soon. Happy weekend, everybody, and spring break to those who are on spring break. Bye.